The new Honda Civic arrives in a moment when almost every rival has either gone fully electric or wrapped itself around a plug. Honda took the opposite road. There is no charging cable and no range anxiety. This is the 11th generation Civic in full hybrid form, and at the Bucharest Motor Show, it sat on the floor with a price board that tells you exactly where Honda thinks the family hatchback is heading. In Romania, the Civic E HEV starts at €36,400, which works out to around $42,000. That is not cheap for a Civic, and Honda knows it. What you are paying for is a powertrain that behaves differently from anything Toyota or Volkswagen will sell you at this price. Under the hood is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, paired with 2 electric motors. The combined output is 181 horsepower and 232 pound-feet of torque. Most of the time, the petrol engine is not even driving the wheels. It runs as a generator, feeding the electric motor that actually moves the car. Only at higher speeds does a clutch lock the engine to the wheels directly. The result is a hybrid that feels electric around town and settles into a quiet cruise on the highway, with a claimed economy in the low 50s on the American scale. In seabed blue under the show floor lights, this car looks more expensive than the badge suggests. The facelift sharpened the front grille and added a gloss black garnish across the nose, and the sport trim brings contrast-finished 18-inch alloys that fill the arches properly. The proportions are long and low, more like a fastback than a traditional hatch, and that sloping roofline carries all the way back to a subtle lip spoiler. Inside is where the Civic quietly earns its price. The dashboard runs that honeycomb mesh strip across the full width, hiding the air vents behind it, and the physical climate dials remain. There is real switchgear here at a time when most rivals have buried everything in a screen. The materials feel a step above the segment, with soft surfaces where your hands land and a solid planted feel to every control. If first impressions of a cabin tell you who a car is really for, this one is aimed at someone who drives every day and wants the controls to make sense without looking. The back seat is one of the strongest in the class. The long wheelbase opens up genuine legroom, enough for 2 adults to sit behind 2 adults without negotiation. The middle seat is compromised by a floor hump and tighter shoulder room, as it is in almost every car like this, but for 4 people, it is properly comfortable. If breakdowns like this help you decide between cars, subscribe so you catch the next one before you buy. The boot holds 410 liters, around 14.5 cubic feet, which is more than a Golf and far more than a Corolla. The clever roller load cover tucks away to the side instead of clipping across the back. The one honest limitation is height. That sloping roofline cuts into the space above the parcel shelf, so tall or bulky items are harder to fit than the floor area suggests. The trade-off is a body shape that gives the Civic its character, and for most weekly loads, the length more than makes up for the lost height. What the Civic represents is a quiet argument that the hybrid still has a place. While the rest of the segment chases plugs and screens, Honda built a car that asks nothing of you except fuel and gives back refinement, space, and a cabin that feels properly made. In a market moving fast in one direction, it is a reminder that the other path is still wide open. For watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I read every single one, and don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about my next upload. See you in the next video.